Hello and welcome to Shortcut of CNC. We have a panel here with a model rope on the panel with a cut depth. This video, what it's going to concern is the order of your tool pass and also the depth perception of the rope versus the material. And I'll show you that in a few minutes. Right now, we have the surface of the material with the base of the rope. So everything is nice and clean around the rope. There's no depth cuts alongside the rope, and it's nice and even. So I'm going to show you how to go about fixing that if you end up with this having grooves all along the rope. Okay, we have our rope model. We have the vectors for the rope model, and we have a profile vector for our cutout. Now, the thing we're going to talk about is the model itself along with the profile vectors. If I delete these vectors, that's how the rope comes in, okay, without the vectors assigned to it. Now, you go to the modeling tab. Once you've adjusted your rope to the size and everything that you're comfortable with, you highlight your rope, and it's going to be highlighted here too. And you click on this icon, and it'll add. In fact, if I take and move this, of course, you can't do it in the modeling tab. Okay, probably could if you double click on it. There you can see them nice and clear. But they're two vectors together. They're grouped. We don't want that. We want to be able to select this vector and this vector for the outside pocket and this vector for just the inside pocket of the rope. So let's ungroup that while we're here. And then we're going to, in fact, by doing that first, I I got to go back 2 steps to get this model back in position. So let's see, Control Z puts it back. Now I can take the highlight the ropes vectors and then ungroup. Okay, now we're all set to go. Now that you've done some changes and everything, your tool paths have been messed with. Because you created new vectors or changed them. But what we'll do is we'll play it just to see what happens. And we'll reset the preview. And of course, it's going to play the tool path based on the last recalculations that it made. So we really won't see any changes. But anytime you make changes to your vectors and all, it's good to go back and recalculate your tool paths, especially if you added a new. See, it's telling me pocket 2 clear. It's got something going on that needs to be fixed. So pocket 2, yeah, it's this one right here. So what we'll do is we'll go double click on pocket 2 and we'll check our vectors. Of course, you got everything highlighted. Makes it kind of hard to see what's going on. Okay, so see, now I don't have my pocket 2 vector. So I got to reapply it. And we're going to go ahead and check pocket 1 to make sure that it's still got, yeah, see, it's only got the outside vector. Anytime you make changes, you gotta go back and reset it. There, we got our outside pocket. Now, I was talking about the order of your tool pass here. If you notice, I got the finish of the model first and then the pockets come after. That is a little hard on your smaller tool, which is your finished, uh, yeah, the finished tool, which is the 1/16. Yeah, shows a 1/16 ball end. Okay, so it's going to, the bigger bit's going to carve most of the material, and the smaller bit will carve the rest of it. But I still feel that some that could be a little hard on the machine. If you do all your pockets first, clearing out all this material, then it won't these bits that do the finish pass on the rope won't be so hard on it. In fact, I'll slow this down a bit. In fact, maybe not, because we're on the high quality preview mode, so you should be able to see it. All right, see it digging in on the outside where out here, where the pocket will have already cleared that with an end mill rather than a ball nose. And then you got a smaller tool that comes in and cleans up what's left of it. Now it's doing all the pockets. So that's just a tip in the order of your tool pass. It made it nice and clean like it was before. So when I first brought it up. So now we'll take a look at knowing that what the material thickness and the model thickness, or should say model height. You can look at that information right here on the material setup tab. If you look right here, it shows the model position in the material. I've got it all the way to the top. The model thickness is 1571. You can change the model thickness by using this setting here. I usually don't change it unless I really have to. The model usually look good when I bring them in. So the model thickness I don't mess with here. I usually do it in the modeling tab on the properties for the shape height or the base height. It has no base height for the rope, and the shape height is this here. So that's briefly showing you those features of VCarve Pro. They are in Aspire and probably in the desktop version also. Anyway, getting back to this here, if we take and move, let's go round this off to 50. Okay, I moved the model down inside the material to give a little cut above. That way, if you got any imperfections in your material board, it doesn't show up in your rope. This way, you're cutting everything. It cuts it nice and clean. So now we'll go ahead and calculate this. And of course, all it did was add. Now, if I click on it again, it's going to ask me if I want to recalculate all my tool paths. And of course, yes, I want to recalculate all the tool paths. But there's one feature there that when you do that, you might want to change, not this. I'm in the habit of having the pockets first. Okay, pocket. You might want to change the depth of your cutout. If you don't change it, we'll see what happens by just resetting our preview. Okay, it's set, and then preview all toolpaths as is. Logging out the material hard on the bits. Now we can change the order of that by just moving the tool paths. Take the tool paths and move them down, and then do a recalculate if you feel comfortable with it. Normally, just moving them down and everything, you don't have to recalculate. The order is not going to affect the actual tool path itself. Now, without changing the toolpath cut depth, after you made changes to the material setup, you notice we got grooves all along the rope edge. That's because the base of the rope is different from the surface around the rope. So it's always best to go, once you make that change, recalculate your toolpath. But you also want to go in, wrong toolpath, and change this. Now, we need to know what that is. And that would be, go back into here, 1571 plus the excess material that we've added. Now we're going to 2071 on the depth. We cancel that. We don't want to make any changes. We didn't make any changes. So we go to the pocket toolpath and we put in 2071. And if you just want to do that one pocket toolpath and compare it, all we're doing is increasing the depth. So we don't have to recalculate everything. We just preview the visible on that. And voila, nice and clean around the outer edge. But the inner one, now we've got to change, go ahead and change that one to the same 2071. Calculate, and then we preview that pocket toolpath. It increases the depth. So there. If you run into that situation, you know what to do now. It's all in the material setup. The combination of the model thickness and which is the planes of the model is at the bottom, plus the 50 thousandths excess material or whatever that excess material is. It will get you back to the surface of the bottom of the model. So there you have it, folks. Some adjustments that can be made to the model versus your surrounding surface of the model. Thank you for watching Shark Cut Up CNC.